All right. And away we go. All right. Well, welcome to another episode of the BearClad Show. Today I have two very special guests and close friends. My friend Martha Barksdale from Big Brothers Big Sisters is here today. How you doing, Martha?
I'm doing good, Kevin, and I really appreciate you having me here today. What an honor.
This is I'm really looking forward to today's conversation and talking about our relationship with you. We also have my little brother, who's not so little anymore, Mr. Tommy Heindl.
Hey guys, what's going on?
How's it going, buddy? And so we're going to talk a little bit about Big Brothers Big Sisters and kind of our affiliation. This is our 10-year anniversary, as we keep reminding everybody this year. And so talking about things that have been important to the brewery and relationships that we formed along the way. And Martha is definitely a big part of our story as we've been around for the past 10 years. And Martha, you want to kind of talk a little bit about your memories of how we met and kind of how we started our relationship?
Sure. Well, I first met Kevin when the brewery was in Waynesville, and we were looking for a fundraising opportunity, and we come up with this cornhole event and asked Kevin if we could have it at Bearwaters in Waynesville, and he more than welcomed us there. And it was just so much fun. And then that's when I met Tommy for the first time. And the funny thing about that story with Big Brothers Big Sisters, I approached Kevin about the fundraising event, and he never even mentioned that he was a big brother in Big Brothers Big Sisters. I didn't even know it until all of a sudden Tommy shows up at the day of the event, and Kevin says, "Oh, by the way, this is my little brother Tommy." Of course, the match was over at that time. Tommy had aged out. He was all grown up then, but I was like, whoa. So I met Tommy, and then it just escalated from there, and to this day we still have our annual fundraiser at Bearwaters. We're now in Canton now, and it's now a wooden trout race, but right here by this beautiful river. So it's a
pretty cool story. And That is kind of funny, because when you came in and you started talking to me about your affiliation with Big Brothers, I was like, oh, right on, and part of it, you're right, is, by that point, this guy got too old to be in the program.
Of course.
He's an old man now. I mean,
I'm not old.
We got matched when he was 10, and we're coming up on our 25th.
I think it was 9.
Were you 9? Yeah, maybe. You don't remember how old you were?
No, I remember. It's been 20 years ago.
Well, we're coming up on our 25th year anniversary, and do you remember how we met? The first time I met you?
That's a good question. I'm not for sure, to tell you the truth.
You don't remember? It must have been impactful. No, I'm just kidding.
This is the most beautiful story.
It is a pretty cool story.
I mean,
so just to give you a little background on Tommy and I's relationship, I was working at the time as a home health nurse for an agency out of Asheville with Care Partners, and I ended up actually having Tommy as a patient, a home health patient, for a while. He has, you want to tell him what condition you have?
It's hemophilia.
He's a hemophiliac, and I was tasked to go in to his home and actually give him infusions of Factor during a period of treatment that he was having a bleed. And so we met, and I was speaking to his mom, and at that time your sister was in the program, Christine, and she was matched with a big sister, right?
Yeah.
And his mom basically explained to me that Tommy was on the list for a while, but because of his medical condition, that a lot of people were anxious about taking him on as a match, and so he actually was getting ready to expire on the waiting list for a match. And I thought that was crazy. I thought, well, this is really funny. I remember what you were watching today. I was actually there taking care of you. You were watching Bob Vila home, and you were watching the Bob Vila Home Again.
That was it. That was the attraction.
I was like, man, this kid likes construction, and I like construction. This is going to be a good match. So funny story for you, and you'll appreciate this because you're with the organization, but what happened next was a little bit unconventional. I actually went to the organization, and I spoke to the director that was in Asheville at that time. I think her name was Candace. And I explained that I was interested in becoming a match with Tommy, and that, due to his condition, I was willing to take on that responsibility because I was a trained medical professional in RN. And so he would be, no trouble at all for me to handle. And they actually tried to steer me away at first because I guess the policy is you can't really request a specific child in the program because it sets off all kinds of red flags.
Right.
And so I actually got mad because they said, well, there's plenty of other kids we can match you with. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I want this one because of, he's getting ready to go off the list, and I think he's going to miss out. And we fortunately got it worked out, and they realized I wasn't a creeper, but I actually had the training that would work, and I went through the program's training, and then, as they say, the rest is history. So Tommy and I got paired up when he was 10, and you're getting ready to turn 35, right?
Yeah.
So 25 years ago, and it was just a great relationship because as I got to know him and his family more, he really just became more of an extension of our family. He's been on vacations with us and trips with us as a part of our family, and then we've had some pretty funny memories too. We've been out on some outings where I've actually had to give him his factor on trips and things that we went on, and so it was really a neat story. And so here we are today, 25 years later. He's still part of our family, and we've had a really strong relationship. So it's, I think, a cool testimony to how the program can really work.
That was really something that stood out too when I first met Tommy in Waynesville. I just assumed that Kevin probably just brought him around, here and there. And so I was talking to Tommy and Kevin, and Kevin was telling me how he become part of the family, holidays and, just outings, and the fact that they still are here today. And so, yeah, that was just a great story.
Yeah. Do you remember some of the things we did when we were in the program?
I think so. Yeah, it was the race we went to.
We went to some NASCAR races. What were some other?
It's Fontana Lake we went to.
Yeah. We've
It
done
was storming.
Yeah.
Every storm, I was in a boat. I drive back the boat. I was driving the boat.
Yeah, you drove the boat once.
You remember that, Sean, right, Sean?
Sean remembers that.
And we also had an inner tube on the boat.
Yeah, we had an inner tube. And
Y'all at a lake?
yeah, we went down to Fontana Lake one summer and spent a couple nights. Yeah, down there as a family. We had a house we rented, and he came with us on that trip. You've been to the beach with us down in Florida too, right?
Yeah. That's how I got sick then.
Yeah, what happened to you down there?
Ate too much.
No, I think you stepped on a sea urchin.
Yeah, I think I did. That's
You got deathly sick.
Jessica had.
Yeah.
She had. I had it.
So we've had lots of funny memories and good times, and so so it was neat to be part of that organization. And when he aged out, my first question to Candace was when he turned 18 is like, what next? And she's like, well, whatever.
You're on your own.
You're
now.
on your own. And so we just kept going, and it's not like we just said, well, we're done. So.
And stories like this we love to hear, because with Big Brothers Big Sisters, I mean, we do start kids 10 as a good age for us to introduce a child to a mentor, an approved adult, and the hope is that they do stay matched through high school. But I do hear stories about these matches that continue on a lifetime. I mean, they become family and friends, and it's just an everlasting thing, or can be. It's not always the case, but it's always great to hear a story when it is. So
well, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the organization and how long you've been with Big Brothers Big Sisters?
Well, I've been with Big Brothers Big Sisters a total of about 8-9 years. I actually was hired, and I left, and then I came back. I actually had, my neighbor had this job before me, and I was talking to her one day, and I said, you know what, when you retire, I want your job. Mm-hmm. She said, well, that's funny you mention that, because I've just put in my notice I'm retiring. So it was sort of a serendipitous type thing.
Yeah.
And, you know, went through all the process, got hired. I'm a Haywood County program coordinator. Actually, I do Madison County now too. But I started, and, you know, at first I'm like, you know, this mentoring thing. And the longer I work with this program, the more I see the miracles and what happens, the transformation that happens.
That's
with
cool.
with Big Brothers Big Sisters. You know, I see kids graduate from high school that I really feel like would not. They go into college, they get scholarships, and I'm just a firm believer. You know, I had a board member a few weeks ago. She said something that really stood out. She said, "What Big Brothers Big Sisters, what we do is important." And I just really liked that word. It's important to kids that, you know, a lot of kids in Haywood County, they don't have that role model. They don't have that, you know, boys, they don't have that figure in their life. And we sort of jump in there and mentor a child. And it's especially important for boys, I think. But we have a lot of girls, too. So we're always looking for a good adult volunteer to come in, do what this Kevin did, and Tommy too. You know, we love this. So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like? How do you feel like Big Brothers Big Sisters enhanced your life? I mean, what did we
That's
do?
a good question. I always say one thing for sure. He's got a good impact on me. He's a great
Talk
role
closer
model,
to the mic,
A
yeah.
great model, and also he's like a dad to me pretty much, because he's been him and Melanie. He's been there with me my whole life, and so has Sean and his Jessica too, his sister.
Yeah.
So pretty much, yeah, it's been blessed for me a lot. To tell you the truth.
Do you feel like your life would be different now had you not had Kevin?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. So, I mean, not that someone else wouldn't have come along, but, you know, I just feel like that these bigs in these kids' lives, they do enhance their future. So,
Yeah, it's been fun to watch him grow up too and see him change. And you know, he's been like a sibling to my children, you know, and like he said, they're like his brother and sister, and you know, they have a relationship constantly and talk to each other, and then, you know, like he said, you know, it's become more of a fatherly type relationship after we got out of the program. You know, he calls me dad and stuff sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
And so
Or grandpa.
or grandpa, depending on what kind of mood he's in.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so, you know, and it's cool because, you know, if he's got something on his mind, or he's you know, got something he wants to run by me, he'll call me and he'll say, "Hey, I've got, you know, I need some advice, or I need help with something," or
sometimes probably just an ear.
just
to
an ear,
listen.
yeah, just to
Yeah.
listen. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so it's, you know, it's cool to have that relationship, and of course, you know, we enjoy having him around, and he's, you know, just been fun to watch, and he's just a great addition to our relationships and our family. And so everybody knows when Tommy's coming around, you know, it's going to be kind of fun, and we're going to hang out and do some fun stuff. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
but yeah, so in terms of the program size, where are you guys at, like, right now? How many people are approximately in the program in this area?
We have 35 matches in Haywood County.
Wow.
We and that's something we sustain.
Yeah.
We do have a site-based program also. These guys were part of the community base, where they actually do things outside of school. They go places, bowl. I know they've been big bowlers. And then we also have a site-based, to where we match an adult with a child in the elementary school, and they actually go in an hour a week and do reading, math, play Uno, color, draw, things like that. So we have the community base. It's a little more a little more involvement. And we ask for 2 outings a month, which isn't huge. I mean, it's huge to kids like Tommy, but,
Yeah.
2 times a month. Go have ice cream, go, do something simple, go to the park, go toss a football,
Yeah.
go bowling, things like that. So, yeah. And I've just got to do a big shout out to Bear Waters and Kevin. The partnership that we've developed is huge for us. He's our go-to person. He never tells me no, and he's always there. So it's been just a really strong community program. If we had more of Kevin around and Bear Waters, we'd definitely be in better shape.
Well, I think part of it, is I knew for me, like I had never really heard of I'd heard of the program when I first looked into it. It's there, but sometimes, I think the hard part is, as busy as everybody's lives are and what's going on, especially now, we live in such a fast-paced lifestyle, right? We're constantly connected and online. We're going and
we've lost touch.
We've lost that. I think that human touch. I think in a lot of ways, it's kind of funny to actually think about it, because when we got paired up, there was no such thing as social media or anything.
Well,
back
probably
then.
not even a cell phone.
Yeah, we had flip phones back then. I don't even think. Yeah, so it was like there was no thing as no such thing as a smartphone back then. So
you had to do stuff. You
had
had
to
talk.
go out and go have fun and do activities. But I think for me, it was more of a function of I didn't fully grasp the concept of the program initially until I actively looked into it. And for me, he touched my heart just because here he was a patient of mine, and I saw him in his home environment and what he was, and his sister was in the program, and he was watching her go out the door with her match, and he was stuck at home, and I was like, well, he needs to go out too, and do something.
Absolutely.
So jumped up and got involved. But I have to say, having lived through the program now, it's life-changing, because when you get into a relationship with a child, a mentor, kind of relationship with a child, you get so much more than what you think you're going to get in terms of the relationship, because again, the impact on that person, and then also just being part of their life story and seeing how what they go through and being there for those milestones in their life is really pretty special. And it definitely, I got 10 times more out of it than I ever thought I would.
And I hear that, and any time I create a match, that match introduction, I always tell the child, I'm like, you know what, this adult is not just in it for you. They need a friend. They need your friendship back.
Yeah.
So it is definitely twofold. I mean, I've never had an adult tell me that they didn't get as much or more out of it as the child did. So
yeah. And it's not like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The first year or two is pretty tough, because you're learning the personalities of the family, you're learning the personalities of the match, and so there are those moments where you're like, oh, is this really worth all the trouble? And I assure you that if you can get through some of that on the front end, and you get on the same page, it just all of a sudden, the years just start to fly by, and you're like,
you're developing a relationship. Just with any relationship, it still takes that time. So so I think that's the reality of it too, is it's not all, it's not like you go in and there's this perfect little happy ever after story that happens. It does take work on both parties, and being accepted by the family that you're working with, and also by the match, and and vice versa. So
It's pretty neat. Well, what other things? I know we're helping you guys out again coming up this year, and you've got the Bowl for Kids' Sake coming up. You want to talk about that?
Sure. We have the Bowl for Kids' Sake is it is the oldest organized fundraising event for Big Brothers Big Sisters National, and this year it's March 19th. We're thrilled to be back in person. Last year it was virtual due to COVID. This year we are having the event at Skylanes. We got 2 different sessions. You can businesses can sponsor this fundraising event. You can support a team. I think Bear Waters may have a team this year.
Maybe more than one. We're
great.
hoping. We're hoping.
That'd be great. So it's just it's so much fun, and I've got a couple of teams from the hospital that they've been asking. They're like, when is it? It actually gives them an opportunity for some team building. They come and get out of the work environment, come bowl. It's high fives. Everybody's smiling. It's just a lot of fun. That's coming up. We also have our 3rd annual for golfers that might be out there listening to this. We have a discount golf card at 6 different golf courses. They're $25, and you could save up to $500 on if you utilize this card. So, a couple of things, and then of course we'll have our annual fall wooden trout race right here at Bear Waters in Canton. I think we've got that scheduled for mid-September Saturday. We need to talk about that.
Absolutely.
But we got
That's
that.
always a fun event, just to see everybody hanging out over the dock, watching to see if they win.
We actually had a pretty brisk. The first year we had it. It took forever for those trout to get from one bridge to the next. And this year we were sort of expecting that same flow, and they were down in no time.
You never know what that river's going to be like.
You never know what that river is going to be like. So we just need to keep that level where it is right now.
Yes, please. Don't come back up again. Yeah, Tommy was quite the bowler back in the day. You want to talk a little bit about your bowling history there, Kingpin?
It's been years since I bowled. It's been like how many years, Kevin?
It's been probably 5 years since you bowled. Remember,
like 10,
we did a league.
Years.
We did a league night together, and you were on our team. What was our team name? Do you remember the team name?
It was Bear Waters.
Bearwater Bowlers, and who was our biggest rival in the league?
I don't know. To tell you the truth.
Oh,
I can't remember.
You remember old Hammer and Pins?
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
What place did we come in?
We're first.
We were going to be first, but we missed by 1 pin. So we were in second. So
we came in second.
But Tommy was quite the bowler.
I could bowl anywhere between 140s and 200s.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
trying
great.
to get 300s that ring, but it never happened.
Yeah, he was trying. He was going after it.
Came close.
Who was the best bowler on our team?
He could get
Sean,
gutters.
who was it?
Yeah, Tommy's pretty
was
good.
He that good? Okay.
He had a secret weapon. What was your secret weapon?
Seriously, you brought that up?
The old strike wipes?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
He had some kind of magic pad he used to rub on his ball called a strike wipe, and I don't know where he got those from.
Offline.
Yeah, he bought them online. They were some kind of magic pad he was using on his ball.
Well, you know what?
Tried cheat, of course. Got in trouble for it, of course.
Got in trouble. He was illegally modifying his bowling ball. No, it was kind of fun.
Sean got pretty good too bowling.
Yeah.
I think he bowled. What was his score, Sean? Do you remember?
He used to get in the 90s, I think.
Yeah.
And then we had, who was the other person on our team? You remember? Sean Winburn.
Oh yeah, he did pretty good.
He was pretty good, wasn't he?
I guess he was.
Oh, Winburn, he did pretty good. So,
I miss him.
He's
even though he picks on me about this Tar Heels.
Yeah.
Even though he goes for Duke.
Yeah, he went to Duke, so he's got to pick on you about the Tar Heels.
Yeah, of course, somebody needs to.
Yeah, so you like your sports. What other teams do you root for?
It's the Jaguars.
You're a Jaguar guy.
Even though we stink this year.
Yeah. And what baseball team do you root for?
It's the Yankees.
Oh,
And Hey,
no, I'm just
come on.
kidding.
So that's where y'all disagree on the Yankees.
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
At least it's not the Red Sox, at least.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
And then you like your NASCAR. Who's your driver this year?
Elliott
Okay, all right.
still is.
Yeah. So yeah, you're pretty up on all the stuff going on out there. So.
And it's one thing I remember. Me and Jessica had a contest. See, he could hear the golf ball at the fathers. It was me that won that contest.
You did. You hit the golf ball the furthest at the driving range.
Yeah, the bad news is I almost hit a train.
That's
That's the bad news.
Yeah, I think the railroad's still looking for you. They heard about you, the golf ball man.
Yeah, and go karts. You remember the go karts?
We did go karts. We drove go karts for a while, and
I think this match did it all.
Yeah,
They're still doing it.
we still doing it.
Yeah, I tell you, Tommy, I'm praying for your shoulder. I want
you
that
and me
shoulder
both.
to get better to where he
Yeah.
can golf again. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean, bowl.
Bowl, yeah.
bowl.
I
Yeah.
may not want to go back to bowling good. I may
Yeah.
retire. It's retire for good.
Oh, come on.
I'm thinking.
Oh, come on.
And I don't want to mess. This is the one shot I have for my shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't want to screw it up.
Well, I hear that. I hear
Yeah,
that.
he's had a rough life. He's got a sports injury because he was at the lanes quite a bit.
I blame you for that, of course.
No, and then of course with his condition with the hemophilia, it puts it at high risk for joint bleeds and stuff like that. So,
And your nickname too. And your nickname.
what's your nickname?
I mean yours.
Oh, I have a nickname. I'm afraid to ask about that one.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think Sean gave me a nickname. It was Sean that started that nickname.
What's the nickname?
It was Tommy 22.
Tommy 22. That's right.
That's
what.
been years.
That was when you turned 22 years old. We
9 more.
We called you. Yeah. Now you're Tommy 35.
Now I think it was Tommy Gun 22. I don't know
Yeah.
which one was. Do you remember which one? Which one was?
Yeah.
I think it was Tommy Gun for sure.
So he's been around for a while. Old Tommy's been around for
Yeah.
a while, but he's a good guy.
Can be sometimes.
It's good to see you today, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's been a few years.
Yeah, it's because
Since I've seen.
it's because that's the virus. Just blame the virus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Every-
Yeah. Everybody.
That's the truth.
I tell you, I wish we had the picture. I've got a copy of the picture of these guys when they were originally
Oh, we're
matched.
gonna put it up here on the podcast. Yeah, we'll edit it in, but you'll see it
Okay.
on the
Oh, yeah.
podcast.
We've gotta show
We'll
that.
put up some old pictures.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That you can see of our relationship over the years, and
Yeah.
how he's grown up. I mean, he's got all this facial hair now. It's weird.
Hey.
So I keep telling him he's got a shave,
The,
but
the COVID beard.
Yeah.
he's got a COVID beard.
What about Sean? He's got a beard too. He's got shaved off too.
He's trying.
He's just getting old.
Yeah, we're all getting older. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So, but
Tell me about it.
well, Martha, I really appreciate you coming in and sitting down with us and talking about Big Brothers today. This is a great program. If you haven't checked it out, you've definitely got to look into this. It's there's a lot of organizations out there. There's a lot of charitable things that you can contribute to, but I can't think of a better investment than investing in a person's life. And in essence, that's what you guys do. I mean,
I appreciate that, Kevin. Actually, we're hands-on, absolutely. I mean, we can always use some funds. I know, especially the last couple of years, has been a strain on a lot of nonprofits. I feel good. We've survived. We're doing good. We've had a lot of people reach out this year. But yeah, there's nothing more valuable than the volunteers that we get to come through and be willing to, mentor a child, become a friend, and we ask for simple activities. It's not a bank breaker. It's
right.
hang out.
We've done lots of free stuff. We went to go down to the park or go sit by the lake and fish or whatever. You can do all kinds of stuff. Do you have any hard statistics or anything about what the impact is overall? Like how many kids you keep out of bad situations as a result of the program?
We do have hard facts. As a matter of fact, there's a in the kiosk over here. There's we have a little trifold pamphlets, but and I'm not going to remember them off the top of my head, but I mean they're high as far as at-risk youth, as far as graduating from high school, going on and pursuing a career. their grades improve. And it's not so much that you work on schoolwork, it's the fact that there's an adult that cares about them and says, hey, how did you do on that math test? Yeah. So just having that accountability of grades makes them want to do better. It's just huge, the statistics.
I would think it would be, and I can't see how it wouldn't have a dramatic impact on at-risk youth.
Yes. Kids need an ally. They need someone just who cares about them.
Yeah.
It's just they care. They show up. There's no judgment. No, just pure. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. No judgment on my end.
Sure.
And I'm here for you. I'm not here to fix you. I'm here to just hang out and have fun. So.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool, and I really appreciate what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
And that you're keeping
it's a great job.
Keeping it going, and keeping the program viable. I think it's amazing that people are out there stepping up, and to all the bigs and
all the bigs,
all the bigs that are out there. Rock on!
Yeah.
You guys are getting it done. You girls are getting it done for sure. And I hope that you have many more stories like this one. You'll see great outcomes. And what do you think? You got anything you want to say before we sign off? Nope. We said it all.
You want me to kind of drive?
Can you drive? He always wants me to teach him how to drive. So, but I've seen him drive a go-kart, so I'm not really sure I want to.
Hey, I'm pretty good at it,
Maybe stick to the video.
I'll fight video games instead.
Yeah.
Play Army Zombie 4.
Yeah. So Tommy's done a good job, and again, it was really neat in the sense that him having some special needs issues that we got together, and that was not a barrier for us, and we were able to go through and deal with those things. And he's I think had a great progression in his life. I've watched him do a lot of really cool stuff, and he's been
he's a good young man.
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
Yeah, he can be sometimes.
I'm just glad I kept him out of jail.
When he out of trouble.
Yeah, so you gotta keep an eye on him. He's crafty sometimes, but
what about you? Most of the time, you don't have brain farts.
I'd say Tommy has kept Kevin pretty.
He's kept me on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
He does. He holds me accountable. He's so.
Yeah,
He doesn't
job,
mince
Tommy.
He doesn't mince any words.
Uh-huh.
So.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm really glad that you guys got to come by today and tell this story. And thank you for being part of our story and our history.
Hey, it's a pleasure. Yeah.
It's really cool. And, as a result, not only do we have the business relationship, we're friends as well. And I always enjoy seeing you around. And you're fun to have, come by the brewery and have a beer with and talk to. And
this is I was telling someone last night, actually went to the Eagles concert in Charlotte.
Nice.
And sat with some people, and I said, next time you're through Canton, it's definitely a must-see, and Bearwater's in Canton. So if you haven't been here, it's a great business.
And keep an eye out for all the announcements with Big Brothers Big Sisters, their upcoming events and their fundraisers. You can get more information. You want to give the website or your contact?
The website is BBBS, which stands for Big Brothers Big Sisters, BBBSWNC.org. If you want my information specific, you can Google Haywood County Big Brothers Big Sisters, and my name will pop up all over the place. I'm Martha Barksdale, and look me up.
Yeah, you won't be sorry for sure.
All right, very good.
Well, thanks again, guys. And Tommy, you want to take us out and say one last word and sign us off for the day?
Nope, I'm good.
Nope, he's good.
What about a song? Sing a song.
Nah, no way, Jose. I'll pass on that one for sure.
He's definitely.
What about Sean? He can sing a song for us.
He could sing a song. I think Sean will take us out with the music intro and exit song that we have. We just want to wish y'all a great day and tune in next time on the BearClad Show. This is Kevin signing out with Tommy and Martha. Have a great day.
See you.